Good morning, everyone, and welcome for joining us this morning for what is a very exciting announcement of the newest collaboration between the University of Texas at Arlington, the Arlington Independent School District, and the Arlington Police Department. I'm so very pleased to have by my side three of Arlington's greatest friends and three of the university's greatest friends: Arlington Police Chief Will Johnson, Superintendent of Arlington Schools, Marcelo Cavazos, and the mayor of this great city, Dr. Robert Cluck. We've invited you over here today to hear about a true partnership that is organized by our three institutions with the goal of helping high-achieving high school students who want to pursue a career in law enforcement with early college credit, for them to achieve a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and to position themselves for a rewarding career with the Arlington Police Department. Rather than talk about it all myself, I'd like to invite Chief Johnson and Superintendent Cavazos to discuss elements of this partnership. I'll tell you later about the university's role, and then we'll ask the mayor, Dr. Robert Cluck, who has most capably led our city since May 2003, to give an overview of what this initiative means to the city and how this partnership is helping all of us in the city to move forward.
We're very privileged to be part of this collaborative partnership that will help us leverage the talent of our hometown youth, supporting them to get a quality education both at AISD and also at the University of Texas at Arlington, but ultimately to help us recruit them for those that want to serve as police officers so that they can serve in their hometown here in Arlington. Arlington Police Department has long recognized the value of education, requiring a bachelor's degree for all of our police officers, requiring advanced degrees for our upper administration. And so for us, this is a win-win opportunity for our students, for our community, and for the police department. And whether or not people change their mind through the course of growing up, because if some of these students are like me, they may change their major a couple of times. Our community is still a winner because our youth is going to get a quality education, and they're going to get access to programs to be able to make a path for successful careers for all of their future endeavors.
This morning, it is a pleasure to represent Arlington Independent School District in this important initiative as we help students maximize their potential and accelerate their progress to their dreams. It's imperative upon us that we provide those opportunities in the Arlington Independent School District. So with this partnership, students will be able to take dual credit courses from UTA that really matches our early admissions program partnership with UTA. Take dual credit to accelerate their path to college and career of their choice. And so we know that in the economy that we live in today and that we compete globally, that acceleration is important for our students, that they accelerate their path to their college and career of choice. So today we're fortunate to have this partnership with the University of Texas at Arlington, with the Arlington Police Department, and with the City of Arlington. And it's important that when the adults collaborate in the interest of children, those barriers are broken. And so it becomes a seamless pathway for students to be successful. And so we know that in Arlington Independent School District, from early on and early age and grade levels, students have a high interest in becoming police officers. And we know the exceptional opportunities in Arlington to be a police officer. With that in mind, establishing a partnership that makes that a reality for students. And so those tangible steps that we take as organizations and as entities and as partners to make sure that students realize their dream, that a dream goes beyond a dream and is actually realized, is our task and our responsibility. And I just want to thank the Arlington Police Department, University of Texas at Arlington, for this partnership opportunity that we continue to expand in our community with our school district for our students.
One of the greatest strengths that we have is this partnership. And one of the key things that we have at the University of Texas at Arlington is our ability to ensure access, to ensure a high degree of excellence, and to make sure we're extremely innovative in the way that we do things. Over the last 6 months, we've been very fortunate to be able to partner with AISD, and we started a new program called Bound for Success. That was the first step. This is a second step that we're taking to make sure that all our high-achieving students across the entire district, and as we go further to go across the Metroplex, will be able to have the opportunities that they deserve, to make sure that we're truly looking at the future. As we discussed these efforts over the past few months, what became very clear was that the university, the Arlington School District, and the police department would benefit in the exact way that the superintendent has mentioned by identifying high school students who had early aptitude and a large amount of interest in terms of law enforcement and guiding them towards a degree in criminology and criminal justice. The UT Arlington Criminal Justice Program is extremely strong. It's grown substantially over the last 4 years. 5 years ago, we had about 460 students. This semester, we have more than 700 undergraduates and about 100 graduate students pursuing degrees in this area, both at the campus, at our Fort Worth campus, and online. I'm very pleased to see one of our faculty members, Dr. Jaya Davis. She is one of our leading faculty in this program. She joined us in 2010, and she's an important part of the criminal justice program. As you all probably know, we have a very strong program in criminal justice, but we also have a very strong background in terms of law enforcement professionals who have earned their undergraduate and graduate degrees at UTA. Two former police chiefs of Arlington, Theron Bowman and David Kunkel, are alumni. We're very, very proud of them. So Chief Johnson, we'd love to say that you are an alumnus as well. We'd love to invite you back to the university to get a degree over here.
You allow me to teach students here, so I'm grateful to be part of the team.
But we are extremely proud of the relationship that we have with Chief Johnson and with the Arlington PD. We're also very proud that we're able to do all these things together. This program, which is basically hometown recruiting, will be able to allow high school students who successfully create opportunities for themselves by looking at dual credit programs and dual credit courses to move ahead and get ahead in their lives far before all the others that they're working with. And this looks at what is so great about our students in AISD and what's so great about all our students at UTA. They come here with a commitment to learn, and they come here with a commitment to make something out of their lives. And I think this program is one of those that allows them to save money, to move forward in their careers, and to really give back to the community in which they are situated. And that's what's so important about the city. And that's what the mayor has done for the last few years, and I hope will continue to do as part of this partnership.
This is a momentous day in my life. When I first sat down in the mayor's office 11 years ago, somebody came in, a reporter, and asked me what the most important assets we have in the city of Arlington. I couldn't answer the question because I had been on the job one day. I've got the answer now. You know, the answer is several. First of all, UTA, forgetting everything else in this community, including the ballpark and the stadium and all the other assets we have, UTA consistently is our most important asset because of what they do for the community and what they do for the kids. And the second one, there are kids. Kids are our most important asset also. And we bring them here. It's our obligation to make sure they get a good education, whether it's college ready or not. It's just getting them out and getting them in a job they would enjoy. And so this is kind of what this program is about. We've already done it with fire. We now have a fire program, and I'm very pleased that we're starting this program today with police. The kids I've talked to are excited. They want this program, and many of them want to become Arlington Police Department employees, and I think they'll do that. So putting all these things together, as the president said, I learned early on that these types of relationships are critical to success. And if we did not have these assets, and if we did not have this partnership, this city would be in not nearly as good a shape as it is today. So I want to thank all my partners. I want to let them know that I'm a partner forever, And I suspect that we'll have other partnerships that will help aid kids in this community, and nothing is more important than that. So thanks to each of you for helping.
Chief, you hire about a dozen officers a year. Is this being driven by a greater need for qualified people? Are you having trouble finding people?
Oh, no, we don't have any trouble at all finding people. We have people that frequently apply to the Arlington Police Department, and because of the number of requests, don't even get an interview, which is why this program is so important. What we're guaranteeing to these aspiring young people that want to come into law enforcement is if you participate in this program at our AISD high schools, if you participate in this program and get a degree here in UTA, the Arlington Police Department will give you a job interview. And we're going to make every effort to get them hired, because we want to draw from the talent and the youth of our own community, to celebrate its diversity, and give them an opportunity to serve in the neighborhoods and where they grew up. You know, and where this idea came from really is from all the agencies that are represented, but also from our fallen officer, Jillian Smith. Jillian Smith was a hometown girl. She went to schools here. She graduated from UTA, and she ultimately gave her life protecting this community. And that's the type of dedication and talent that we know that exists in our community, and we want to help them pursue a career in law enforcement if we can.
Chief, are they guaranteed a job, or it's just...
They're guaranteed a job interview. There are certain legal requirements that also go along with being a police officer, and so we can't circumvent those protocols that are in place. But what we can do is we can give preferential treatment in how we process the application to guarantee that they have an opportunity to tell their story in a job interview and why they should be hired.
Are they better trained, or is that, I guess, does that give them, you know, a little bit ahead of everybody else, so they kind of know what is expected of an officer?
Well, it's about relationships, and so as the police department has relationships at the campuses as appropriate in the learning environment, and we have relationships at UTA as appropriate with their curriculum, these students are going to have access and have more insight to our organization just because they have more frequent dialogue with us. And so one would assume that a person who has that education skill set and also has the insight into the organization and what our culture is and what we're trying to achieve in the community is going to do better in an interview process.
Maybe my last question, I promise.
So what is it about homegrown talent that would make it an asset? Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I think it's a variety of things, but you know, one of the challenges that any police department vigorously pursues is to make sure that we have an organization that is reflective of the diversity of our own community. And so if we're developing a recruiting pipeline that's drawing from our own community, then we should be doing very well in the diversity in which that brings to the table in terms of those that want to pursue a career in law enforcement.
Dr. Cavazos, do you envision your school resource officers on campuses being, in essence, recruiters for this program?
Yeah, and I think that an important point that Chief Johnson made is that they'll get authentic learning experiences with the Arlington Police Department, at the same time obtaining dual credit courses at UTA. So both that college and career experience. And yes, in terms of experience and instruction and counseling and things like that, certainly from the school resource officers, but also from the Arlington Police Department organization. And that's the commitment that we've made in terms of a partnership to make sure our curriculum reflects the expectations that are required when you become an Arlington Police Department employee. And so this relationship allows us to inform our curriculum from the workforce, and that's critical for our students to be successful. And as Chief Johnson said, preferential interview when you have authentic learning experiences that we can provide in our school district in partnership with the Arlington Police Department is really a key for their success in the future.
And Chuck, just to elaborate, everybody that wears the uniform is a recruiter.
May I just respond to that question briefly? He did a great job responding, but if we have two candidates for a police job or a firefighter job, they're equally qualified, everything's the same, I'd take the one from Arlington. Because I just think that's part of our job also, is to help employment in Arlington. So there are multiple reasons to do that, but that, to me, is the most important one.
Mr. Mayor, how do you think that will help the citizens also, knowing, seeing hometown boys and girls in their community policing?
I think it will be a big benefit to the citizens, and I think they'll recognize that. And I guarantee you, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to point out those young men and women who become police officers who grew up in this community. And I think it'll create a lot of pride. People see them, hometown kids, now adults, carrying guns and enforcing the law. I think it'll be very impressive to people.
How many high schools or how many schools are going to be involved in this program?
All 6 of our high schools will be involved in this program. And so to build upon that a little bit, the aspiration of students and their dreams when they see something tangible, when they see acceleration, early admissions to UTA, dual credit UTA, instruction from police officers who are in the context of where they're eventually going to work someday, really motivates students. And so it also affects the entire school when we have programs and partnerships like this. So all of our high schools will participate in that.
How many students do you guys envision being involved in this program? What kind of requirements are they going to have to meet before they would be accepted in something like this?
We envision a cohort of students starting off as early as the fall of this year. And so possibly as many as 50 students participating this fall. But knowing that we have to work out those requirements and those applications and things like that to make sure that the candidates understand the expectations, but also that they realize the tools and the resources that are available to them. This is also a commitment of parents as well, and a family. And we know that in law enforcement in the public service area, that there's a strong commitment from families as well. And I think Chief would agree with that. And so part of this process is ensuring that the family is involved in supporting the young people as they learn about law enforcement careers and expectations and things like that.
Now with the Arlington community is growing, we have a lot of ethnicities. As far as the language barrier, I know that's one of the things police officers have a hard time dealing with. Are you guys gonna do something about, maybe telling your officers be bilingual, or will these new recruits?
Well, I think that being bilingual is an asset for any employer as our society and the marketplace continues to evolve. But more than bilingual skills, we really look for individuals that have an educational background to be problem solvers, because whether they're overcoming challenges related to language barriers, or they're overcoming challenges related to cultural barriers, or just communication barriers, problem-solving skills we know through research are enhanced when you have a higher education and you have a strong education. And in law enforcement, being a problem solver is the most prominent thing that we do. Many times we may not be fighting crime, although that's something that we do also, but we really try to help people solve problems. And so I think that this program will emphasize the need for a robust educational platform to be successful in a law enforcement career.
Thank you guys for coming so much. That was terrific. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Good job.